What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Hess.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about You, Season 2, Episode 5. Have a good Wellkend, Joe. Oh.
I didn't even read the title, so I had no idea.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even remember what the title was because I didn't look.
So I could have been like, Season 2, Episode 5. I fucked my neighbor and it felt great. And you guys are like, yeah.
I would have been like, that's a strange title because there's no neighbors.
Yeah, I probably would have questioned it, but yeah.
It's not like it's Breaking Bad or Saw.
I should try throwing in random titles to you guys and see what goes on.
I could see
Be like, Season 2, Episode 5, I'm Jerome and I hump my neighbor. Anyways.
So before we get started, you told me to ask Hess something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So yesterday we both picked fantasy teams. Not in the same league, different, but same time, which was weird.
Yeah, it was a little
like it wasn't like orchestrated? You guys weren't doing it together?
No, it said, did you want to share your first pick? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll send it to Hess. Just because we usually send each other our picks or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm picking right now.
When you sent him, did you say, hey, this is Nick's picks?
No. But tell everybody what CBS Sportsline said your team was going to do this year.
Oh yeah, they said I'm going to go 0-14.
Is that even, can that, like, how do you pick, did you pick badly or are they just wrong?
I saw his team. I didn't think it was a bad team. I liked his team. The only
so like, are they wrong then? Or is it not going to be that bad?
Yeah. There's no fucking
I don't
way.
think
it'd be pretty impressive though. Like in a few weeks, he comes on the podcast and he's like, I think they're fucking right.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe we should update this shit because like,
it's a good idea.
You know,
should do it. Hey, I was gonna suggest too. We should do Pleeka's picks, where Nick makes picks for all the games each week. I make picks, and Jerome, and we keep track of them. It can be like a 5 to 10 minute thing. Pleeka's picks.
Okay, I was gonna say we could do that on the podcast, and then we could like cut it out and put it as separate videos too, if you guys wanted.
That works too.
I
just thought
because
it
could be a recurring segment on here, and then like a highlight. I could just like put it up also.
Okay.
Whatever works.
We'd have to do it at the end. There's a game Thursday is on.
Oh, so we have to do it for this podcast?
Yeah.
I can. If you tell me what to look up, I can look it up, and we could do it at the end of the podcast.
Kansas City plays Houston.
Thursday. What does that mean?
So is that just the only thing we're picking? Is that the only one?
No, I guess we'd have to do all of week 1.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We could do it right now if you want, and then jump into you after.
Let's do it at the end.
At the end, okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it at the end. I'm good with that.
That's cool.
Right.
I just thought it would be kind of cool just to do all three of us, and like I know you don't really pay attention.
What are the odds that I'm gonna do better than Hess?
There's no way.
I hope I do better than one of you two. That's it.
Name one guy on the Houston Texans.
One guy in the Houston Texans, old Johnny Boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know
there's a guy on there that used to play for the Cardinals. I don't know. You probably don't know anybody that plays for the Cardinals.
Is it that guy that Melissa really likes?
No.
Oh.
I drafted his ass too.
Oh.
But I have McCaffrey. So
what's his name?
David Johnson.
David Johnson.
Yeah. There you go. You nailed it, bro.
So before we get into you, I also want to ask Cass. I got two things I want to ask him. One, how come you wouldn't watch Two Girls, One Cup? Was it the thumbnail? Because that really disturbed me too.
It was very disturbing, yeah.
I want to point out something. He told me that he sent it to you as we were going to QT, as we're getting in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's the same thing that you guys discussed. He goes, I got to be honest, I almost threw up just seeing the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
I was in here like I was
in her mouth.
Yeah, I was getting shit ready and I was like, oh my God. Because I've seen the video, so I know where all that leads to. And I wanted to ask you, would you be willing to watch it live on the podcast?
I don't think so.
You could stop at any time, but would you turn it on right now and just watch it as far as you can get?
How would he do that? Isn't he doing it?
Do I need to send it? I can send it to your other phone.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
I can send it to Abby. Use her phone.
We're going. I'm not worried about being on the phone, but we're going to dinner tonight. So.
It's not going to disturb you later. I think it'll be gross now, and then we'll talk about you, and you'll forget about it by dinner. Come on, are you down for the Pleeka?
No.
So you don't want to do that?
I don't really.
Will you think about it and do it next week?
I'll think about it, and we can potentially do it next week.
All right, something to look forward to, people. And I think that
what's he gonna do? Narrate it?
Yeah, you can just describe what's going on.
You could do it in your Greg Schulte voice.
Yeah.
Ladies
and gentlemen, she's putting the turd in her mouth right now. And
Oh,
chewing
that
on
would be
it.
interesting. What if you did something like that, like made a Pornhub account for not your average commentator,
Yeah.
but and like commentate, like,
Hey.
but not normal porn, like weird stuff like that, and be like, well, she has a whole fist in her pussy.
Yeah. Did you see like when the whole quarantine thing started? Like there was a couple porn companies that wanted like Troy Aikman and Joe Buck to commentate pornos for
Oh
them.
yeah, I did see that.
They were offering him like $1 million. I'm like, fuck, I'll commentate porn all fucking day long.
You should do that. I think that'd be a really unique thing. You could even upload some of that to Twitter. You could upload anything to Twitter.
Yeah, but can I do it over like someone else's porn? Like I don't want to make a porn and do.
No, yeah, you can. I think that's the point. You find like the weirdest shit, like stuff that Tom Segura would watch, and you commentate over that, but like do it in like your little Hess voice.
Yeah.
I think he's entering her asshole right now as we speak. He just spit in her eye.
Hopefully he's funnier than that.
Well, I don't know what he's watching, so it's hard to just make it up.
Okay. Because you're just describing it.
What if?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Fuck you.
I
You're ready to get into you. Soldier
Yeah.
Boy, tell him.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
The dance flow silly.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
So it starts with 40 and Candace are stuck in fucking Arizona.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that they were in Arizona.
Yeah, like he's like, oh,
Fucking-
fucking Arizona.
There's always something in it with Arizona in shows and movies.
Yeah, it's weird. It always made me feel special when I
Like
was a
where
kid.
in
Like,
Arizona
there's-
were they? Yuma? I didn't like they were.
They're right next to-
Yeah.
you didn't see our house? I walked outside and checked the mail right in front of him.
Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah, that's another deleted
Yeah,
scene.
I feel like there's always like an Arizona reference in a show or like a movie. Like, oh, this one time in Arizona, or
Yeah.
I used to live in Arizona.
It's never a good memory, too, for people.
Yeah.
What about Raising Arizona? Bad
Yeah.
example? No, I'm just kidding.
What about, it might just be called Arizona. The movie with, I can't think of his name. The guy from, Eastbound and Down.
Kenny fucking Powers?
Yeah, he's got a movie called, like, it's like Arizona or something.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on
yeah,
HBO
yeah.
Max, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I saw it at
Abby
Zio's.
liked it.
Oh, it's
Abby
good?
liked it. But she said she liked it. He's like a murderer or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she liked it.
That's interesting.
I
I didn't
should
know
call
anything.
her and ask her to give you a brief rundown of what the movie is
Ask her
about.
for a review of what is it just called Arizona?
I don't know. It's what's the guy's name in real life?
Kenny Powers. No, that's not his name.
I know. I was like, that's not his name.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now on IMDb.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a murderer or something. Like, or he murders someone or something of that nature. She watched it
Yeah,
one
it's
night
just called
without me.
Arizona. All right, I'll call her real quick and ask for her review of.
Yeah, just a brief synopsis.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why didn't you watch it?
She watched it in the middle of the night while I was sleeping.
Ah.
Oh.
One night, yeah.
Oh my god, I farted. It smells so bad.
Great.
She said, what the fuck?
Hey, we're doing the podcast. I wanted to know what's your brief review of the movie Arizona.
I
With Danny-
fucking knew he was going to say that. What is it? What movie?
Arizona
With Danny McBride.
with Danny
I loved
McBride.
it.
You loved it? What's it about?
I liked it. Real estate agent that, a guy that got fucked over in a real estate deal.
Oh, so
I thought he was going to tell you about the movie that we just watched before the podcast.
Ask her about the movie we just watched before we hopped on the
you
podcast.
told me to ask you what the movie you guys just watched.
Oh, we downloaded Showtime Anytime, and there was an After Hours tab, and we watched the beginning of a softcore porn
Wow.
movie.
It's called Sexquestrian.
Sexquestrian.
Oh, so that's why he was like, "Are we doing the podcast?" Because I'm getting a little
With-
hard.
with Stormy Daniels.
That's what I fucking thought you were calling for.
Ah.
We did have sex right before we hopped on.
Wow.
It's a good movie.
You
It's a
you
good
you
movie.
can't hear what he just said, but if you listen to the podcast, you might not like it.
Oh God.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for answering.
No problem.
Bye. Wow. I didn't think that's where today was gonna go.
Not me either.
Why did we get to Arizona and then Hess banging?
I have no idea.
Oh, because 40's in fucking Arizona.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we've basically covered
Unbelievable.
one scene so far.
Yeah, and not
Yeah,
even
not
the
even.
full thing either.
Not even a full scene, yeah.
Was he driving a Tesla?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention in the car.
I think it was.
Abby's like, I thought you'd tell them what we watched.
That's she said that in the beginning, and I was like, that's interesting. I wonder why he
Yeah.
didn't bring that up. And then he's like, ask her what we watched.
Stormy Daniels.
But so while that's happening, she has a little flashback of Joe attacking her. You don't see the full attack, but you see him grabbing her, and you assume after this he gets her in a van and brings her down by the river.
I think that was the most interesting part about this episode. Was
all the flashbacks.
Flashbacks, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about the part where they go, "I wolf you"?
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah, Taylor hates
Yeah.
that. So while that went on, I sent this to her real quick.
I wolf you.
I wolf you too.
Yeah.
She hates that so much, so I sent that to her.
It was pretty lame.
So then apparently Joe did some research on Ray and Dottie. Is it Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ray.
Yeah.
Might have been Roy.
I
don't-
didn't really mind the dad that much. 40 is a fuck up.
Yeah, of course you don't mind the dad. He's you.
He's not me.
No, but
And you're not 40.
No, but I don't. No one said I was. I hate the dad. He's a complete asshole.
No, I thought the mom was worse, I guess was my...
They're both horrible. I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're
I wouldn't
both-
want either one of them to be around. Not even as like parents, as people. I wouldn't want to be around them.
Well, I didn't say I wanted to be around him.
You said you liked him. You were gonna go golfing with him next weekend.
That's not what I said. At least you don't put words in my mouth.
That's what. Isn't that what you heard, Hess?
What about when he called 40 a floppy pussy?
Yeah, that's why I said he's you.
That was fucking
If you
hilarious.
weren't such a floppy pussy.
That was hilarious.
No,
I was at the gym and I giggled.
Yeah.
I disagree. But Joe did research on them, and don't you think
Which
it'd
is
be
weird.
because like he puts on a shirt and that's when it cuts the scene because she's like, oh my dad would like that, and he's like, I know.
I do my research.
Don't you think that'd be kind of fun to be a stalker a little bit, like to be like someone like
Only if it worked.
you're gonna meet someone new and you're like, let's look at their Instagram and their Facebook and all that and figure out
That's
what they
how-
like, and then like say I went around Hess and I brought up like, hey, have you seen their Showtime 8th Time thing with Stormy Daniels? And he's like, yeah, I just and like you just get into someone with them, or like you're wearing like a
Yeah.
like a hat that he likes from a sports team, and like you just kind of sucker into them, and then you go home and you're like,
But-
I don't like any of that.
But here's the thing. That's how dating works, I think, in 2020. Because everybody gives away their Snapchats and their Instagram handles. So they can see everything that this person likes and shit and everything.
Mhm.
So then, like, everybody's just fake, phony fuck faces.
Yeah,
Is that you should put that on a t-shirt.
that should be the name of a podcast.
Fake phony fuck faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it would, I feel like, and then also like if you're like spying on them, that could be fun.
So you're a creep.
Not like I don't want to watch them like take a shit or anything.
Wow.
I didn't.
Or
But
beat
like
off.
imagine someone like cooking dinner and you're like at the window behind them and you're like, I could shoot you in the back of the head now and no one would know.
That's not creepy at all.
But then you never do, and then you go home and then like, or like you text like a picture of them from behind and send it to them.
But then they know
Yeah.
you were there. That's
Well, no,
even
you
more-
don't send them from. You get like you get like a burner phone from like Circuit K.
It's kind of like when they, like people like have like terrible thoughts, but like obviously you don't want them to happen, but like you think them.
Yeah, but I feel like,
Like-
it'd be fun for like a weekend to be like, hey, I'm gonna go stalking this weekend.
I mean, if it wasn't illegal and you could get arrested and thrown in jail, I mean, you probably could do it.
Well, I guess you could tailor it back a little bit. You don't have to fucking like.
Like I don't want to be like Joe jerking off in a bush at anybody, but it'd be kind of interesting to be
I
like.
mean, I'm not sure I believe that.
Well, it depends who I'm stalking.
I could see you stalking.
If I'm
some-
outside Hess's house,
you're
who
stalking-
knows what'll happen?
I was thinking like some 80-year-old lady, and you're like
Oh,
outside
I'm
jerking
like,
off.
hey, you need help with those groceries?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll just move on.
Yeah.
The cops questioned Delilah about Ellie being at Henderson's the night he died, and then Ellie finds the photos that Joe gave to Delilah.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because she's like talking to the cop. She cuts it off
Charles Roberts.
abruptly.
Right.
Sorry, it threw me off. And then she
You
start,
have the wrong phone number.
they start arguing and they're like yelling. I'm like, couldn't the cops hear them?
Would you call her a fat bitch?
That dumbass bitch.
I thought you got the wrong number, you fat bitch.
Chaz Roberts.
What were you saying?
Okay, so
Sorry.
she cuts off the cops and then she goes in and
Yeah.
then they get in
very
like a-
badly too, by the way.
Yeah.
She was doing fine, but and then she's like, oh, I gotta go into work.
Well, and like it's not like she's a suspect or something. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But then she goes in and they start yelling at each other. Like, don't you think the cops could hear that shit?
Maybe they probably just went back to their patrol car.
You don't think they raised their voice loud enough that it, like, their car wasn't in the vicinity?
Maybe she does really... That place is structurally built very well, and you can't hear yelling through the walls.
Maybe.
Right.
And maybe that's why Joe picked it out in case he has to murder someone in his apartment. No one will hear it.
I don't believe
It's just
that.
a straight soundproof, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I'm completely wrong.
No, I did think... It's weird, too, how she's like... Like, they seem like they're, like, the perfect pair until something happens, and then they start yelling at each other. But then instantly, like, her sister's like, no, yeah, I know that. I have proof of photos right here. But, like, where the fuck would I get these from? You think I took these Polaroids somewhere, or, like, bought them off eBay? And then she's like, and I know because it happened to me. And then her first thought was like, yeah, well, where's your photo then?
Yeah. And she's like, well, I took mine out.
Yeah, and I know it's probably like, oh, she's in denial. She liked her friend and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, that's a little unrealistic. Like, if, like, Melissa or Taylor came in here and was, like, saying something to us, but the person would be like, oh, yeah, like, that happened to you. Okay.
Yeah, that would be actually
Chris D'Elia took a picture of you in his basement. Sure.
Oh, yeah, and then she say, oh, does he say keep it a secret? And that's...
Yeah.
Like, what did she call it? Predator 101 or something like that?
Yeah, and she's like, you're not stupid.
Well,
And then Ellie was like, yes, I am.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the whole fight. And she's like, oh, I guess if you're stupid, I guess I'll just
and the
leave.
cops were like, hey, we're going to go now.
Your front door is wide open, lady. So they go to the little Wellkend retreat, and Joe meets 40's new girlfriend, and he thinks he's hallucinating again.
It was...
Candace Parker.
I actually got a pretty big kick out of her walking up and, like, fucking him up. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is interesting when someone is like, I know what you're doing, pal.
Yeah, he walks up and she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, if I didn't have a mask on, you'd see a big smile on my face.
I mean, you figure poop came out of his anus when he
A little
saw
bit,
her.
yeah.
Probably, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she gets another flashback there of her being gagged and tied up in a van for a picnic.
Yeah, not a
And
picnic.
then they just live happily ever after. They have a picnic
I mean,
out
he
in
was
the woods.
just trying to be nice. He was being nice.
Yeah, he's like, I knew you were going to scream, so I gagged you, and then I tied you up so you went on our way. But I got us our favorite food here in wine.
So weird that he thinks that's okay.
Yeah, I like to,
Yeah.
he's like, you're just saying, because she's like, don't tell anybody, I love you, blah, blah. And he's like, you're just saying what I want you to hear. And she's like, no, I'm saying it because I'm tied up in a van.
Like, if I get in an argument and I knock someone out and put them in a van and gag them, I'm not making them a picnic. I know that it's whatever
So
relation.
you're not a nice kidnapper.
No, whatever relationship we had is now over. I understand that.
And
So
you're like, now
now they must die.
Also, because later on, I guess this bull just jumped to this now, and how many people does he accidentally kill? I know she doesn't die, but it happens quite a lot to him, it seems like, where he's doing something, he's like, oh, damn it, they're dead.
Yeah, it's like he loses his mind.
Ron Burgundy. He killed Ron Burgundy.
Isn't that Anchorman?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy's name's Ron in season 1, right?
Was that the guy on the roof?
It wasn't Will Ferrell?
No, that was Paco's stepdad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But if I have someone out in the woods and I hit their head against a rock by accident to knock them out, then I'm like, oh, they're dead. I might be like, to make sure they're dead or something,
Or maybe
Yeah,
check their
yeah.
pulse
Yeah.
before you bury them.
Or like when you bury them,
tap.
give a good stomp on the neck or something. Make sure they're not there. As Hess, as he always says, double tap.
That's right.
Because you don't want her to unbury yourself, and then after you kill your other girlfriend, her to come find you.
Yeah, which
Yeah, it is weird because I wonder where they're gonna go with this.
There is something, I hope I wrote it down in my notes, that there's something that I'm going to need you to do earmuffs for later on in the podcast, because I got a question for Hess.
okay, but I was gonna say, don't you know where they go with this?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
I
I
honestly
took it all out of his brain.
honestly can't remember where they
There
go
was
with
something
this.
that because I got down all the deaths of season 2 because I put Henderson dying in the last podcast, and I saw one that I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot this happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was one or two things on there that I was like, oh, geez.
You know what the first thing I thought of is? Well, so why was he so fucked up when he killed Benji? if he already thought he killed his girlfriend?
See, but it's just like the first episode of this season, he lies to himself a lot.
Apparently.
Because if he's like, no, I'm not doing... Well, actually, I have been stalking her for a couple days now. So he just lies to himself all the
But,
time.
like,
But I think it's because he is, as smart as he is and as normal as he seems, he is mentally ill. So I think he kind of lets that stuff scoot by, and then he's like, well, okay, yeah, I do kill people. You know?
Paul LaDuca.
Yeah, as he said, Call of Duty.
Did you just
Paul
call him
LaDuca.
a catcher?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird to me that because he like threw up and stuff when Benji died, and
Yeah. Well, I think he gets really sick around his murders for some reason. I mean, I think I would too after, depending on the
like
killing.
the fifth one. You don't think he started to get the hang of it?
Nah, I think it. I mean, if I watch someone eat shit every single day, I think I would puke every day. The rest of my life. There's no way I could ever get used to that. Remember how many times I would I watched Damien. I was his nanny for like 2.5 years or something.
I don't think it was that long.
It was a while.
Was it?
They moved like 3 times while I watched him. I gagged every time I wiped his ass. Every single time. Every single time.
Yeah. I mean,
So I don't think I'll get used to stuff like that. I remember your sister made fun of me and Taylor because one time we were at the grassy knoll and there was like a really fucked up dead bird there that we just were like, oh, we found it. And instantly me and Taylor puked. And
Jesus.
Willow and Jackson were like laughing at it and like thinking that like, yeah, it's gross. And they went home and told them and they're like, yeah, Drum and Taylor puked. And she's like, wow, Nick, your fucking kids can't handle a dead bird? And we
Yeah.
were like, that was disgusting. He was like all mangled.
Right.
Like he like flew into a tree and got so fucked up. And me and Taylor puked.
I'm sure I said my kids are pussies.
Yeah, you
Where
probably
is the
did.
grassy knoll?
The little grass. Oh, it's okay. It probably doesn't make a lot of sense to people. The little grassy area.
I thought maybe that's where JFK got assassinated.
Yeah, it is.
By John Wilkes Booth.
For some reason,
Yeah.
for some reason, I don't know where this started, but the big giant grassy area next to my grandma's house, we've always called that the
Okay.
grassy knoll. I have no
It's like
idea.
I think it
It's
comes
like
from.
a green belt.
Yeah,
I think is what they're called.
I don't know why we ever called it that. I think someone did.
I think it's my mom that.
Mima called it
Yeah,
that. Okay,
being funny.
because
And
we've
it
always
just stuck.
we've always called it that, the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
Even people we know are like, you want to go to the grassy knoll?
Yeah,
And they never question. Hess is the first person to ever, I think, question us on that,
might be.
Yeah.
I think everyone else.
which is very interesting.
Kinda.
Everyone else is just like, okay, weirdos. I'm not gonna talk about this with you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but if you and Taylor weren't such big floppy pussies, you wouldn't have fucking puked at the, the dead bird.
It's true.
I didn't expect him to say that. Wow.
I once shot a bird with a BB gun,
Mhm.
and it was flopping around.
Once? Come on, you did that more than once,
Well,
probably.
this one time specifically, and it was flopping around, and Melissa stood in front of me and started crying and told me not to kill it.
Oh, I should go to her house right now and make fun of her.
Right now.
I'm gonna end this podcast and go make.
She was crying. I'm like, well, it's like dying now. I should shoot it.
Yeah. Hey, speaking
Yeah,
of
put it out.
speaking of BB guns,
Uh-oh.
do you remember one time we were in the backyard and you
No.
he's like, hey, look, there's a pitch on the neighbor's roof. Boom! And glass goes sliding down their roof, and he broke their
The skylight?
the
Skylight?
the
Solar
solar panel.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't think that really.
And he goes, yeah, maybe time to go inside. and then to this day, he denies it. But there was like 4 people in the backyard that saw it. We all saw it, and glass rained down the ceiling,
I
and they've
don't-
never, ever gotten that fixed. And that was
I think
that
it
was
was
probably like
already
that was like
broken.
6 years ago.
I think it was already broken. At
Yeah,
the
that's
end.
what someone that breaks something that doesn't want to admit it would say.
I mean, I think time has ran its course, and I think it's not a big deal anymore.
What's it called? When,
Statute of limitation.
Yeah, what's that on breaking
for BBs? I don't know.
on breaking people's solar panels?
I think it's 4 years.
Well, it's been longer
You
than
should,
that.
call,
so-
Yeah.
you should call the non-emergency Phoenix police number and ask.
And I turned my dad in right now.
We don't even still have a BB gun.
That's true. Yeah, there's no evidence anymore.
Right.
They can't lock you to it.
And there's a lot of
Yeah.
pigeon shit up on that roof, I bet.
That's true.
Do you know the neighbors? Do you
No,
know these
never
people?
spoken to
No?
them once, and never will now.
Probably not now.
I was gonna say, do they even know it's broke?
I would
I don't
hope
know.
so.
I think new people do live there now. They probably moved out because like we're getting shot at.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember, because he used to.
Can you do ballistics on a BB?
You probably could somehow. I don't know. Well, he used to set up all of our action figures in the backyard,
Yeah.
and we'd have this little, like, it was when my mom was still, like, cementing stuff back there, so it was a giant, like, mud area, and he would shoot, like, my Star Wars guys and all like that, and they'd fall in this hole, and one time he did it, and it bounced off of it, and I think it hit Taylor, like, in the ass cheek or something, or, like,
Yeah.
me, and then you thought it was funny.
That is funny.
But
I can see that.
you got
happening.
instant karma, because one time you were shooting at a pigeon on our roof, and it bounced off the roof and hit you in the dick.
Happens.
I was crying laughing that day. You're just, boom, oh! And you drop the BB gun and you're holding your balls.
I don't remember that. I don't know how this turned into me shooting BB guns.
You said you said you shot a bird.
Oh, that's right. My fault.
Yeah.
Those were pellets,
Yeah.
actually. They go through the shit easier.
So where were we? Oh yeah, they were picnic. And then Candace explains to Joe about how she found him, and it was through the 40 video at Henderson's. And he's like, "Oh, of course your brother ruined my life."
Yeah, don't take any blame on that yourself.
Although, if 40 wasn't being a little bitch that night and didn't follow Joe there and get the password and get in the party and all that, none of this would have happened.
Well, if he did
True.
mind his own business, none of it would happen either.
Oh, don't tell Joe how to live his life.
Why not?
I don't know.
She would have found him eventually.
Yeah, she would have found him some other way, probably.
Yeah.
This part is really weird, and I don't know why, this reminded me of something that could happen with Hess. But Joe and Dottie are smoking the ganja together, and she goes,
Talk
"Oh,
about floppy pussies.
oh, to be young again." And Joe tells her that she's young, and she leans in real close and goes, "Tell that to my vagina. It's drier than the Sahara Desert."
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
And then
Why do you think that would happen with me?
I don't know. When I heard that, for some reason, you popped in my head, and I can't explain why.
So, like, you think, like, I would be smoking doobie with, like, an old lady, and she'd be like, "Tell that to my pussy." It's
Yeah.
drier than the Sahara Desert.
If it makes you feel any
And then
better,
it has to be like, even when I'm here.
if it makes you feel any better, I did not think of you when she started talking about her pussy.
I got you. Okay.
But I don't know.
Just drum.
I don't know why you popped in my head with
That's weird.
old
I
lady
don't-
Sahara.
So
pussy.
Hess reminds you of dry vaginas?
No, but it reminded me of a story. He'd be like, "Yeah, one time I was with Abby's mom, and she told me your pussy was dry."
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
And we'd be like, "That's weird."
Yeah, it's very
That would be
weird.
weird. Could
Yeah.
you imagine, though, in that
Hey,
circumstance?
what would you do if I was Abby's mom and we're sitting here talking, smoking some J's, and I was like, my pussy's really dry. No one tells you that in life, but your pussy's gonna get really dry.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what you'd say to her?
Probably. What the fuck? I mean, if I'm high, what the fuck am I gonna say?
You'd be like,
You
"Wow,
see it?
yeah, must suck to have a dry pussy." I don't. At least
Yeah.
well, I feel like, I don't know what I would say to that either. Actually,
I'd say keep
I
your
think it'd be
dry
like
pussy away from
just be like,
me.
"It sucks."
Back up.
My,
with
Like,
my
dry
response
pussy.
wouldn't be what Joe's is, like, "Your daughter is
like-
the most important person in the world," or whatever. Because it's like, "Oh, I mentioned my dry pussy, and you think of my daughter, so you're making my daughter's pussy dry,"
Yeah,
and then it turns
like,
into a whole fight.
And then you go to your girlfriend, you're like, "Hey man, your mom ain't got that fucking wop."
Wow.
And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Your mom ain't got that wop." She'd be like, "What the fuck is wop?" I'm like, "That wet ass pussy, B. Like, you got that wop."
You fucking just lost
Do
it.
you always talk to Abby like that? Hey, yo, mama.
Do you want her mama to have the wop?
You want that wop, bitch?
And maybe that's what his response would be. "Oh, you ain't got that wop."
Yeah, you ain't got that wop, B?
So Candace, I think I missed a little spot. They have a little, that little, like, "we hear you and we accept you" circle that they were doing.
Yeah,
Joe has to hug her, and she kind of freaks out and has, like, some PTSD
this
about
is
it.
where she was a floppy pussy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has some
And then mom steps in and is like, what did she say? "Do not fight love." You don't fight, no war, give hug or something like that.
Did she turn Japanese or something? "Oh, no, get love. Namaste."
Sure.
But she has some PTSD about that, and then he ends up hugging her. But she has a flashback of waking up after Joe has buried her.
Yeah. And the police don't believe her.
Mhm.
Would you took a shower before you went to the police station?
No, because you need proof didn't help her, I guess.
That was not believable.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't even take a report. Like that was. This
Oh, I thought you meant her story, like how, and like they didn't have, like, I thought you meant like Joe did a good job. I feel like that outcome is very believable. The police not taking reports and all that. There's so many cases of that.
Are people getting buried alive?
No, no, but something like that happening, and then the police just not believing the girl, and there's not enough evidence that they don't take a report and all that. So that seems very believable to me.
Oh, I just thought, Jesus Christ. I mean, doesn't she have like wounds? Like, doesn't the back of her head hurt? Doesn't she have? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but then they also, because she has a record though, crying wolf or some shit. The lady said.
Yeah.
oh, I missed that part.
But-
Yeah, she goes. I looked into your record, and you have.
And you do have a
Oh,
long
yeah.
rap sheet.
Yeah.
Rap sheet.
she
She's
should
like,
have
oh,
just taken-
She's like, I don't smoke crack. I smoke MCs, and the cop's like, get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
And then she starts
She's like,
walking out there.
Well, you can have a little montage right here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't see
I
that?
don't know what
Drop,
Michael Jackson
make
has
it
to do with
stop.
rap, but
Wet ass pussy.
oh my lord, we've gone off the rails. Yeah, I never
But-
mind. I was gonna
but-
try and say something I don't even remember.
But in reality, she should have just taken the cop's advice and stayed dead. You know what I mean?
Well, she did
Yeah, I agree.
for a while.
She stayed dead for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And she's like, now
That's how long he was with fucking Beck.
I don't know exactly, but
Oh.
it was maybe a year. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember how long the time jump is because I always forget that's a thing.
It's probably hard to stay dead. It's probably boring too.
Why? Move to another goddamn city? Fucking just lay
Yeah.
fucking low.
I mean, Jesse Pinkman's doing it right now in Alaska.
You don't know that.
That's true. He could have been caught. El
Yeah.
Camino too.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Candace ends up running to her tent. She pulls a knife on Joe. I like that. He's like, he fights her for it and gets it. Because first, in his head, he's like, she can't hold that knife on me. Like, she can't
Yeah.
use that. And then he takes it from her. Then he's like, no, go ahead, use it.
Yeah, and then she
And
puts
she's like, I can't.
I was hoping she was gonna stab him for some reason.
That would have been interesting. Then he's got to hide like a knife room.
She
from
like
love.
wants to be
Yeah.
him, but she doesn't have it in her.
Yeah, she's kind of bad at it. Yeah, she
Yeah.
gets you being
And
like,
it-
you're gonna slip up and I'll get you.
And like her
And he-
background story's not good. And what were you gonna say?
Yeah, definitely not. Amy Adams couldn't have picked a fucking more generic name.
I mean, what is she gonna be in a movie?
No, what is she gonna bang Jason Statham?
Maybe
Did I call him Jason Statham?
Jason Statham.
But so right here, yeah, as you guys were saying, is Candace asks about how Love met Joe, and she brings up, they talk about that for a bit, and then she brings up, like, yeah, we're already about to hire cinematographers and all that shit, saying how they work good together, how Love and Joe do and all that.
Mhm.
And then Love goes, oh, where do you work? Because my friend works at United, and Candace doesn't understand her joke at all,
No.
and goes, oh, I'm independent. I usually fly Southwest, though. And she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah, she thought she was talking about a
yeah, what?
fucking airline.
Airline.
Yeah, and then, so this is where I have to ask you to put on your earmuffs.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ear muff it up, bitch. Ear muff it
Uh,
up.
Stop screaming.
bitch.
So
Ear
Hess.
muff it up, bitch.
Do you think this is where, I'll speak a little lower so you can't hear me. Do you think this is where Love maybe,
How come I close my eyes? Like,
yeah, I
that's what
don't,
make-
you might be a little retarded. This is where Love started maybe wanting
I
to
don't wanna
investigate Candace.
This is where love went.
Do you think this is where she starts to like investigate Candace? Because you know at the end it's revealed that she's been doing shit
Oh.
too, like Joe the whole season.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, because I was watching this now, I was like, oh, that's
Talk
interesting.
lower, asshole.
Sorry, but I found that you can.
That's not lower.
No, I was telling you, you can take your headphones off now.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say this, but as that was happening, I was like, that's very interesting.
I thought
Thinking
he
about it
said
now.
parkour.
Bar, he's over there running on the walls and shit as I'm whispering to you.
That's what I thought he yelled. Parkour. I'm going, what the
Well,
fuck's
I can.
going on?
Do you think Joe's gonna say that the rest of the season? And- But I didn't. But I didn't
No,
understand.
see,
it.
you didn't hear me because that's not what I said.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with Joe,
I thought I heard
bitch.
something about Joe the rest of the season.
I asked Hess if he's gonna stick a cupcake in his asshole.
That'd be hard to do because there's like soft.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
freeze dries them.
Freeze dries him.
Yeah, and then
Why would you freeze dry it?
because then you can shove it in your ass. It'd be all solid.
Why don't you just freeze it?
Because it's freezing it, it'd be like too hard and it might rip his asshole. But freeze dry can kind of once he like relax his anus, it'll close and it'll just crunch the whole cupcake. And then he has no
Wow.
problem getting it out.
I feel like you've done this.
Me?
That's interesting.
I've never freeze dried a cupcake and put it in my asshole.
You guys are unbelievable, if I must say so myself.
If you think I'm unbelievable, wait till I put a cupcake in my ass.
You're unbelievable.
So 40's dad is talking shit about him in front of Will or Joe, and
Jobo.
while
Will,
40 is trying to get money for his movie, which obviously his dad knows nothing about the movie industry. because saying he was basically calling him a piece of shit because he needs money for the movie, blah blah blah. He wasn't such a floppy pussy as you've brought up several times. But every movie ever needs investors like him, like Rich Man, to do it. Has he not seen Entourage?
True.
They don't just get the money willy nilly.
I also don't think this is the first time he's given him money. I think that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think he's sick of giving him money.
Yeah, but I
absolutely.
gotta feel like he could have asked for a hug, and his dad would have been like, "Well, if you weren't such a floppy pussy, you wouldn't need a hug."
Yeah.
Probably.
So I don't think it was the. I think his dad's just kind of a dick. I mean, maybe it did happen over time of him being. But this is also like I brought up. I don't remember when we talked about this, but about how like you should, like, to me, I'd say I'd never give up on someone that's like on drugs like that, and you're like, what if they're either stealing from me and all that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it makes it worse to just be like, yeah, fuck you, you scumbag.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
I don't remember what we were watching that brought that up, but
It was Macy's dad's autobiography.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, but then
Oh,
he died, by the way.
Yeah, he's rest in peace.
wow. R.I.P. there, cheese me.
Jesus.
I want that on a t-shirt. R.I.P. there, cheese meat. That's good. I like that a lot. So Joe tells Love about how her mom keeps talking about her vagina. Sounds like my mom.
This was the weird. Is this the argument?
Yeah, so then he says that his dad's been addicted to 40, and then he mentions Taco Bell, and she freaks out about the Taco Bell order because he always orders Taco Bell right before he relapses. And then Joe says literally everything wrong possible to her.
Yeah, he just lost
He's
his
like,
fucking.
you love your brother too much. I hate your dad.
And he was getting.
Your farts stink. And he just starts going off.
He was getting along with the dad. He was. And
Yeah.
He's
he was
like,
faking it with everybody very well, and all of a sudden he's just like, ah.
Yeah, he didn't even lost his mind.
And he also had a very easy save here when she was like, talking about, I caught Amy in a lie. And he's like, yeah, just get rid of her right away.
Yeah.
And because she said, what? And he'd be like, oh, I was kidding. Because it sounded
she's
almost
like-
like he was joking. He could and like, oh, obviously I'm kidding.
Right.
But instead he's like, what? Oh, I said the wrong thing.
Obviously, I don't want to kill her.
Yeah, something like that. He could have played, like, even if he smiled and been like, oh, he's kidding to make me feel
Is he
better.
gonna bury her when he kills her?
Bury who?
Amy.
Amy? No, he already
Candace?
buried her once, so now he's going to put her up in the sky. Hot air balloon her to heaven.
It's probably gonna put her in sulfuric acid.
Actually, I think he's going to freeze dry her.
Like turn her into the Joker,
He's going to freeze dry her and put her in his own butt.
and then call her Cupcake.
I wonder if that's a thing.
I don't think so.
People freeze drying items and putting them in my butt. In my butt, in their butt. Sorry.
I
Got a little too excited there. I'm going to
A
go.
little
I don't-
Freudian slip there, I think.
I think I'm going to Google that. So, freeze
I'm gonna Google that.
drying
And putting stuff in Jerome's butt.
items and putting them in your butt, I guess you say? Putting.
Just type in freeze-dried anal insertions.
Jesus fucking Christ, you guys scare me sometimes.
Freeze dry food, there's no one says
Type
it.
in freeze-dried
Okay.
anal insertions.
Freeze dried anal.
Maybe this will just prove how fucked up you are.
insertion.
That no one else has thought of it.
I'm sure there's shit on it.
No, the only thing I see is people freeze drying small tissue samples of
And
their
then sticking them in their butt?
no, like of different kinds of skin.
Hmm.
Oh,
Ugh.
freeze drying. Wait, what's this?
I don't know, we're not reading
Some
it.
kind of technique about freeze drying something in your. Oh, it's a whole fucking spreadsheet of shit. I'm getting out of here. I think I'm the first person to ever think about this.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Which,
Well, you
unfortunately,
can-
I don't think you can make that the title, because would YouTube allow that?
No.
Freeze-dried anal insertion?
I doubt it. Yeah,
That could be a good
doubt it.
t-shirt, too.
Absolutely.
And have, like,
Seems
a guy
like a-
bent over with some... I don't know how you'd show freeze-dried.
Seems like a lot of words for a t-shirt.
No, it says that. And then there's just a dude there with a freeze-dried item about to go in his butt.
It would have to be a cupcake.
Yeah. I would wear
Why
that.
don't you get working on that?
I'd wear that.
Probably.
How would you
Yeah.
show what an item looks like freeze-dried?
I have
Would you
no
make
idea.
it look like a little cold, maybe?
Yeah. You'd
Like-
have like steam coming off of it.
For some
the
reason,
cold
I
steam.
pictured it in a baggie.
Oh, like a hand maybe taking it out of a baggie, and the baggie has like cold steam coming out of it.
Cold steam.
Yeah. You know, what are those dried ice?
Yeah.
Like that kind of
Yeah.
effect coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Would you have a butt on the t-shirt? Because that's where it's going.
Yeah, obviously, there's a guy bent over with like a little butt.
That's a lot of shit on it. How big is this t-shirt?
It isn't too that big. You just have the ice thing here with the hand, and a guy with the butt like right here, and then up here it'd say freeze dried whatever. Yeah.
Freeze. Whoop.
Whoop. That's the sound that makes when Hess comes. Because he's a
That's the
robot.
sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the bees. Delilah's fuck buddy shows up and asks for the photos. But they're gone.
Oh, I was like, who's Delilah's fuck buddy? I forgot
That cop.
that.
Yeah, but they're gone. And who knows where they went.
I think I know where they went.
We'll see. So after that, Joe kind of apologizes and offers to find 40, and he finds him getting high in a tent, and then he goes and ruins Love's speech.
Oh, yeah, that was awkward when he put out the crack pipe out of his cigarette.
And he's like, I'm gonna smoke. Not that one, sorry.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's called I Need and Want Attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should have a podcast.
Oh, I should. Do you think he'd call it that?
Call it Drinking 40s with 40.
That would be actually really
40?
good for
40 water.
40 or 40 water. Oh, do you think if you drink his like bath water, it tastes like 40s?
I would never know.
Is there anybody in the world?
No.
How about you, Hess? Anybody in the world
No.
that if they gave it to you, you'd drink their bath water?
No.
Yeah, I agree. I was just curious. I feel like Hess might be like, well, if it's Pamela Anderson and she had her cootie in there, maybe.
Doesn't she have hepatitis?
Oh, probably, yeah. That is a quick way to catch something.
Yeah, you think?
I had my mask on. It's like a strainer.
So Love's mom says that Love disgusts her, slaps her in the face, and then Joe tells her later that his dad used to hit him a lot, and then
Burn him too. He forgot to mention that.
Yeah, he forgot that part. And then she tells Joe about Sophia, which was 40's first love when he was very, very young, and she was old. She was like their maid or something,
19.
right?
She was 19.
Yeah, and then apparently
How old was Joe though? I mean, not Joe. 40.
You will see a flashback of it. I don't know the age, but it's
Is he like 12?
he's young.
Yeah. I think he's like 11 to 13 would be my guess.
Yeah,
That's what I pictured
something like
in my
that.
head.
Which is like
I think old
a
enough.
lot of 13-year-old boys' dreams. to
I was
get
like thinking,
raped by a
how lucky is
19-year-old.
40?
Yeah.
But then parents fired her, so she killed herself in front of 40.
That seems a bit dramatic to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so maybe this makes a little.
And then he
this
found
ma-
the
this ma-
body,
Yeah, he
too.
found the
Yeah.
bodies. This makes a
Yeah.
little more sense why he's a little weird.
I actually, because I watched most of the gym, but I didn't finish. I had like 10 minutes left. And I came home and finished this part, and I actually rewound it. I was eating, and like she said some stuff, and it was quiet, and like I just didn't hear what she said, and I rewound it again. And I was like, oh, okay, damn.
Yeah. So Joe and Love are laying in bed now. This one, she goes, I love you too. And they talk about being together and they love each other and all that
So
shit.
happy for him. Very happy for him.
Stuff
So
we already knew. They
happy.
like each other and they're just reassuring it.
Yeah.
Delilah finds Ellie at the theater because she called Joe like 10 minutes ago and asked him about that. And
Which is weird.
Yeah, and then
a little bit. He's like, I have some text from her. She's like, what do you? And then he did kind of cover it by saying there's some events. Maybe she's invited to the event or something. But that was weird for her to be like, are you with her?
Yeah,
A pedophile that she was just with died. So is she hanging out with you now?
yeah. Are you the new pet?
But she goes there, and Ellie believes her now and says that they should burn the photos.
They had a little trouble burning the photos.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
there's toxins in them, so they cut them up and flush them.
Yeah.
Is that good for your toilet?
Is that true? Probably not at
I
all.
don't think so. I bet
Google
you
it.
What'd you say? Tickle it?
Okay, can you burn a polar? Can you burn a fucking type right, Jerome? Burn a polar. Oh, it's already been Googled. Can you burn a telephone pole? Is also what people search.
I'm sure you could. There would.
After some burning, it might get boring. Just to burn. What? Why would it get boring? Okay, that's weird. It looks like they do burn. Yeah, I don't think that's real, according to this. The first thing that pops up, though, is that it might get boring while you burn them, so put them multiple together and burn them together.
It says developing chemicals in Polaroid film are strongly alkaline. They can cause deep chemical burns if left on the skin. I think that's actually making it.
But from what I mean, there was pictures of them. I feel like they get burned in TV shows all the time, and they showed them burned on Google.
Yeah, they probably don't like burn up right away, but like
Yeah, maybe the ones that he took.
and
He had a
then-
special kind. But so Candace is a flashback where he discusses her talking to the police. And then Candace tells Joe that all she has to do is wait for him to mess up, and she's not going anywhere. Which is very true, and she said murder has a way of following you.
And it does.
Yeah, but she's right, though. If you do watch Joe close enough, he fucks up quite a bit that you could be like, oh, that's how I catch you.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. Ask the P jar.
Yeah, or the blood on the floor.
Yeah.
So they can I can't burn the pictures. So then at the end here, 40 and Candace show Joe that they're now making a movie about Beck's book,
I thought
which
that was
in fact he wrote.
I thought, but that was hilarious.
Yeah, I really like.
I would sue them for.
For instance, he's like the ghostwriter.
Yeah.
And
I would-
then the police now think Henderson was murdered.
Which did they get into that? Hopefully.
I believe so. I believe that's a big
I was
storyline.
surprised when they said he committed suicide because I was like, he threw
Yeah.
him down the stairs.
Yeah. Well, so what do I Google for the sports thing?
Just go to NFL.com. They'll have a
Okay.
schedule for this. Google sports thing and see what comes up.
So I'm on NFL.com. Where do I go to?
Schedule.
No, I don't want alerts. Fuck off.
You should get alerts.
I don't need alerts. Schedule. Okay. So
Yeah,
so then
schedule.
when do I stop looking at this? Oh, this is
Week 1.
Just week 1.
This week.
Thursday, September 10th. Texans versus Chiefs.
And I want Jerome to pick first.
All right, I'm picking the Chiefs.
I'll take the Chiefs.
I'll take the Chiefs.
Oh, you fucking copycat little bitches. Why are you picking the Chiefs?
Because they won the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, okay, didn't know that. Why are you picking the Chiefs, Hess?
Because they have Patrick Mahomes and they won the Super Bowl. All right, I'll ask the questions, okay, Jerome?
Was I not doing a good job?
All right, Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington football team.
Wow, Eagles. Who? That's a fucking lame team. Their
What-
picture is just a W too.
It's because they changed their name. They're not the Redskins anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're afraid to be called Redskins, huh? That's a little. Oh boy,
I'll take the Eagles.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Eagles too. The other teams are pussies.
yeah, I'm taking the Eagles as well.
They suck, too.
And their logo, really, if it wasn't for their dumb logo, maybe I'd pick them. But it's just a red square
Yeah.
with a W.
Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots.
I'm going Dolphins. That one's for the deep.
Okay,
Talk about
buddy.
the boys.
Wow, I'm going to go Patriots on that one.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see who's right here, boys.
Oh, I know. That's the scary part.
Yeah, Packers at Vikings.
I'm gonna go Vikings to go against my family.
It's only half your family. It's actually most of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Packers.
I'm gonna go Vikings.
Ooh, me and Hess are together.
Bet that makes Hess happy.
Yeah. Colts at Jaguars. Indianapolis Colts visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now the Colts have Philip Rivers.
I'll do Colts because that was my middle school team.
I'll do the Colts
Perfect.
too. I'll do the Colts because the Jaguars suck ass.
But it gets really hot here, though, fan, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Very
as,
fast,
as a
too.
matter of fact.
You have the Chicago Bears visiting the Detroit Lions.
I'm gonna go Lions. You know why?
Because
Lion face. Lemon face. Woo.
Jesus.
I thought you were gonna say because Tigers and Bears. Oh my.
I'm gonna say the Bears.
I'm gonna actually go Lions.
Yeah. Well, they're at home.
Yeah, I'm always picking with Hess.
He's taking 2 home teams. That's probably a smart move, actually.
Well, and they start in Trubisky.
They're starting Stafford.
And Stafford is 1,000 times better than Trubisky.
Yeah, I agree with Hess.
Las Vegas Raiders at the Carolina Panthers.
I'm picking Panthers for Black Panther.
I'll take the Panthers too. Yeah, for Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie head coach Teddy Bridgewater, starting quarterback. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah. Las Vegas.
Do they have a lost ark?
The New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills.
Goodbye horses. Buffalo Bills.
Wow. We got a Silence of the Lambs reference. I'll take the Bills also.
Yeah, me as well. That's a three-peat right
Oh,
there.
if they win, we all have to do the goodbye horses dance with our cocks like in between our legs.
That's fair.
I like that.
The Cleveland Browns visiting the Baltimore Ravens.
I'll do the Ravens for Raven on Titans.
You know, that's the weirdest thing.
I'm picking whatever.
I'm going to do the
goes to my
Ravens
heart.
too, but more for Lamar Jackson.
Yep, me as well. Probably be one of the only times I pick him because he's going to get hurt this game. Seattle
Doubtful.
Seahawks visiting the Atlanta Falcons.
We'll do Falcons for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm gonna,
It's a weird where your mind goes. For
yeah,
these, you know
I
that?
know. I'm going to do the Seahawks.
I will take the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks as well. And the weird thing is like there's no crowds, so like
I
You
know.
what I mean? Like,
it may not matter.
home and away, it may not matter at all.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm gonna go Chargers because they have a better logo.
They do.
Okay.
They have better uniforms too. I'm gonna take the Chargers also.
Okay.
You're picking Chargers too?
Yeah.
We can get tickets right here from Ticketmaster if you'd like.
They're allowing people to go to the game.
How to watch or Ticketmaster is links on the side.
I don't believe.
Look it up.
That's what it says right here.
Didn't they? Aren't there gonna be fans in Kansas City?
I don't know. There might be some that are allowing. I don't know.
I heard that there was gonna be like half the crowd or something.
Yeah.
My computer's like it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals
Jesus Christ.
at the San Francisco 49ers.
I think I'm gonna pick the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh man, I want to pick the Cardinals too, but I'm gonna take the 49ers.
Oh, just because we're picking them?
No, I don't. I gotta see it before I believe it. 49ers have a good defense too.
Yeah, they do. I'm gonna take the Cardinals though.
Homer.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints.
I'm gonna pick the Saints for Saints Row.
Oh, that's a good game. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers just because. What the fuck?
I already know what I'm picking for the next one too.
I
It's just to spite you.
I don't like the
I'm
Saints.
gonna pick the Saints. I don't like the fucking Saints either.
Well, I don't like your team either.
Dallas Cowboys at LA Rams.
I'm doing Cowboys, so fuck you, Nick. I hope
kn-
your team loses, pal.
They're supposed to.
How do you know? It hasn't happened yet. What are you from the future?
Cowboys are favored by 2.5.
Favored by who? The crowd
Are
that's
you
not
taking
there?
the Rams?
Oh, you're gonna go against. If you go against this, you're not allowed to play them in Madden anymore. My rules.
I'll pick them, but I honestly don't think they're gonna win.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna take the Rams?
Yeah, I'll take the Rams. I hate the Cowboys.
Okay.
Fuck them.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
That'll be their new stadium opens up for the first time. No crowd. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
Just us three sitting in there?
That'd be fucking sweet.
Hey, all right. So if by the time this game rolls around, Jerome, it's a Sunday night. Next Sunday night's game, Cowboys at Rams. If Nick has a better record than you, you have to watch the Cowboys and Rams game.
Okay.
In entirety.
No Big Brother.
Okay.
All right. Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Giants. I almost call it the Penguins.
Wow.
Oh, I like that. That'd be a better team. Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's their hockey
That's
team.
a hockey team.
Oh, well, I like I choose their hockey team.
You can't.
No, I'm gonna do Steelers for Jerome Bettis.
He hasn't played in years.
Yeah, but I'm named after him, so I feel like I have to.
You could have picked the Rams. That's when I named you after him. You fuckwad.
Boy, fuck the Rams.
There
goes you.
I'm gonna take the Steelers also.
I will as well. And finally, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos.
Ooh, see, this is interesting. I want to pick the Titans because of Titans, the show, but
Teen Titans?
Broncos is South Park. So it's like, which one do I pick here? I'm gonna go Broncos for South Park
Is it? It's in Tennessee.
because you're the only 10 I see.
It's in Denver.
God, how many road teams can I pick? I'll take Tennessee. Tennessee.
Fuck, this one's a toughie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. God damn it! I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Picking sports
All right.
team. Fucks has up talking.
I'm gonna go. Sold to the lady in the back.
Sold to the lady in a little black dress. She was looking like a motherfucking no contest. She had big black balls and blue eyes.
The lady in the dress had black balls.
And blue eyes.
Interesting.
Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. Fresh paint job. Fresh inside. Is the outside frame and the trunk wide? Are the rims good? Do it right good.
Well, I think on that note, it's time to wrap up.
There you go.
This motherfucker lost his mind.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Comment down below your picks if you have some, or tweet at us. And we'll see you guys next week for more of you and more sports, baby.
Peace.